What's going on, guys? We got a maiden today. As you can see, it's real early. I'm exhausted. Got in last night around midnight. It's like 5:30 in the morning. Right now, you can see the truck. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. It's still attached to the trailer from last night. And we also have a bed full of trash. So let's go take care of those things real quick, and then we'll load the airplanes in. All right, guys, now that we're driving down the road to go empty out the garbage, talk about today's mission a little bit. We have a, the Freewing PJ50. We're gonna do a little maiden on today. We'll show y'all loading up here in a second. We also have Beluga Girl's new airplane, the Eflite Corsair 1.2. We're gonna be maidening today as well, so that should be a pretty fun day today. Got a lot in store. If I can find my clicker here, that would be great. There it is. Weather is absolutely perfect for a maiden. Zero wind, clear skies, no fog around, and it's a nice, comfortable 63 degrees. Thank God for cooler weather. Gotta love the fall. So anyway, we're pretty excited about it. Unfortunately, Beluga Girl's not going to be able to come this morning. We had some barrel practice last night, and we didn't really get into bed until around 12:30, so she's going to be tired. But I just saw the weather was going to be too good, and I just needed to take this opportunity. So let me go finish up the garbage here, and then we'll get loading. All right, guys, we're back at the barn here. As you can see right there, I'm going to go pick up the airplanes. But, I'm going to show you one little problem that I figured out whenever we got in here. We had some cattle cubes sitting in the bed of our truck, and, well, they got wet and moldy, and we're going to try to make things fit, but it's pretty gross in there. Check this out. Yeah, so there they are underneath that quilt. We had hauled some furniture back and had to cover them up with that, but I think the PJ50 will fit in there. Well, let's just see. You'll have to excuse the mess, guys. It's pretty gross in here, but as you can see, there's the Corsair right there. There's PJ50. So we're just gonna grab them. Probably the Corsair is gonna have to go in the bed of the truck. The Corsair will have to go in the back of the truck. PJ50 in the bed. So we'll see how everything fits. We'll show y'all. All right, even though this thing was massive, I just want to kind of show y'all with moldy cattle cubes and all, fits easily in the bed of my Tundra. So it looks nice in there. I think transportation should be pretty safe. So let's go get the batteries and let's get loaded up. It's getting kind of quiet in here. Let's get to my battery shelf here. All right, here's my charged batteries. Go ahead and we'll put these over here for now. Put them on top of my radio case anyway. Set over here. These guys right there. Cool. Alright, so I'm gonna put these here. Now, for my personal charge, I need to get some of this. Well, guys, there ain't nothing wrong with that beautiful Texas sunrise. My goodness. All right, so now we're just going to start driving onto the airfield, and we'll start telling you about what we have in our planes, a little bit of specs about each of the airplanes while we take this ride. All right, yeah. So today we have the obviously, you said before, the PJ50 and the 1.2 meter Corsair by Eflite. What we have we'll start off with the PJ50. It's a 1700 millimeter wingspan, about 1750 length. It's a big airplane, as y'all saw how it fit in the bed of my truck, but it did fit nicely, and I could have probably fit the Corsair if it wasn't for those moldy cattle cubes. So, it would have been nice to have them both back there, but since I'm riding solo today, it's not too big of a deal. We're going to be using a 5,000 milliamp 6S pack HRB in the PJ50. I keep wanting to call it a Gulfstream. I mean, it technically is. I just didn't pay for the licensing. So yeah, we're expecting. I mean, we're going to start off with 3-minute flight times, and then we'll work the timer up as we go. You know, first flight usually consists of just trimming and all that good stuff, but we'll try to do some scale takeoffs and landings and fly around half throttle and just show you guys all the different features on the airplane today. But that's about it for the Corsair, for the PJ50. The Corsair 1.2 is a more interesting case for us, just because that we had some 3S 2200mm batteries, which is one of the approved batteries for the airplane, but when we went to go, we were going to actually fly it at our house. When we went out to go fly it, though, I guess the C rating on those 3S batteries weren't enough, and the motor went off in the shut-off mode. So like it powered up for a second and then just went beep, 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 beep. So I guess that's not going to work too much. So what we ended up deciding doing, our only 4S options that we had were 5,000 milliamp packs, which I thought might have been a little too big. So today's kind of a test flight to see if how well the airplane's going to handle that big of a pack. It may be too heavy, but the other day when we balanced it, it balanced okay. Now the other problem is well, they're Dean's connections. So luckily I had a couple of adapters. I know you guys are going to get really upset about that, but we got a couple of adapters and put them together. I'll show a picture right there. Basically it was a Dean's to XT50 or XT30. I don't know what the name of it is, but anyway, an XT something, and then an XT something to the EC3. So yeah, it's kind of a bootleg way of doing it, but well, we did it. So I'm sure that will be fine, but the weight is a big issue. It balanced well, but same thing with the Corsair. We're just going to basically just fly it around, watch the gear go up and down, all that good stuff, and then we'll do a few flight profiles with you guys. So anyway, that's about it for the mission today. So we're just going to continue on driving to the airfield, and then we'll show y'all how they do when we get there. As you see, we got here with the field. We got our airplanes out. Now we're just waiting on cameraman Mark, who said he was going to be really late. There's Mark. He's late. We forgot to install the little plastic clips that hold the push rod onto the servo arm. So instead of risking it, we went ahead and locked the flaps out by using Gorilla Tape and taping them in the up position. And typical of my fashion, I have a big old knot in here of wires.
You got to make it challenging somehow.
I was just going to say it's because we're lazy, because we own horses. We don't got time for anything else.
Yeah.
All right, let me reset my timer here. I've got 5 minutes set right now. Since it's an EDF, let's go with 3 minutes, and then we'll check it when we land. I did remember that today.
That's a good thing.
I mean, that's
progress.
Yeah, it's progress. It's progress. By the way, guys, Mark forgot his Allen wrenches, so no T28 today. Sad day. All right, so 3 minutes. Here we go.
Rub it in. Rub it in.
So Kayla and Rachel were, needless to say, relentless on me.
I bet.
All right, here we go. We're going to take off to the north. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see if I have available trim or not, because I am rolling a little bit. Well, it looks pretty darn straight, but let me check that rudder just in case if I can get away with a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty straight. All right, so we're taking off with low rates from the book. That's what we have set today. And I'm going to do a nice long taxi. You can come up here, guys. I'm going to come closer. I'm going to take a little taxi. She rolls nice. That way maybe we can break ground pretty close to in front of us. What do you think?
Yeah, let's give it a shot. It's an open.
Here we
It's
go.
an open field.
Okay, gear coming up. I hear it.
I hear something chattering.
Needs a lot of right aileron. That was too much that time. All right, let's come back around so I can actually see this thing.
Oh, I would hope if I didn't see the speck of dust and think it was the plane. That's what I get for looking away.
All right, let's see here. I'm trying to get the hands off. I may have overcorrected. Yeah, a couple clicks there, but good. Let's give it some power. This thing flies nice though, nice and gentle. All right, let's see. I'm hands off right now. Looks like it's still wanting to roll to the left a little, or right a little, so a little bit of left. Okay, so how about a low pass? What do you think?
Let's do it. Nothing better. It's cool, huh?
Smooth.
Yeah, it looks really, really smooth.
Unfortunately, we won't be able to test the flaps today.
Has a nice presence though.
It does. Just another low pass. And I mean, really, in flight, you can double check me, but I feel like I'm at like half throttle.
What if I had two hands while I try to trace you? Yeah, you're definitely about half on the throttle when I looked.
Yeah, I thought that it would be a little bit more touchy because of those long, thin, swept wings, but super stable.
One of these days I'll get that entire pass with the airplane contained in the screen.
All right, there goes my buzzer. I'm not going to land yet. I'm going to do one more low pass, and then I'll come in for landing, and we'll see how that goes.
Pretty.
All right, so we're going to put down the gear now. I hope 3 green, no red. I'm going to give myself some space here because I have a feeling this thing's going to be, you know, with no flaps, I have a feeling this thing's going to be like smooth as silk. Because that's how she's been flying. Okay, I was right. I should not have carried power.
Well, on a maiden you don't you don't want to have the other happen.
I just wanted a cute landing. I can understand where flaps would help, but we're just not that fortunate today.
Just get you a little slower, a little faster, slow down.
Faster, slower.
Oh, creased it.
That felt nice.
Looks great too.
Rust reverse. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't try to touch it down in that first one. Okay, an airplane that lands like that is a keeper.
Yeah, that is nice.
Love it, love it, love it. I can't wait to do some some more scale takeoffs and stuff.
Yeah. And the ability to land with flaps and make it look more true to scale. Just has a pretty presence on the ground even.
All right, so let's check the battery, see where we're at. May have enough for another go around, maybe, maybe not. Because right now I had my timer set at 3 minutes. So I have 1:38 past the 3-minute timer, so we're
Close
about,
to 5 minutes right now.
Yeah, we're about almost 5 minutes. Let's see where we're at. It's not overly hot in here, a little warm.
What size battery?
Say 5,000 milliamp, 20%. So yeah, if we set our timer for 4.5, we should be just fine. So that's what we're gonna do for the next flight.
All right. She's alive.
Okay. I crashed this without her. Blue girl plane.
Yeah. Well, just don't crash.
It's good advice. I'd say it's actually pretty straight. Ooh, I like that. I said that and looked at it. It's just like going off one direction. All right. A maiden flight on the 1.2m Corsair. I've got full rates on. I didn't even set up rates on this thing, so I don't normally do that on Warbirds. Woo! All right. Well, that was sporty.
What was that about rates you were saying?
Hush, sir.
I got it on video. But it's your video, so you can edit it.
I can, but I'm not that type.
No.
On this channel, we show all our faults.
Yes. We want people to learn from
What? This is your channel?
our non-rate setting.
I feel like it might be a little tail heavy.
You're making this a channel?
All right, there's hands off. And now it went a little too far. Definitely flies like a Corsair. I don't know why.
Strange.
It really almost flies identical to the Hangar 9 that we have.
Well, that's a good thing. Hangar 9's good. Good
Yeah,
brand,
that little
huh?
50 size Hangar 9's a good flying plane. Hey, don't shoot me.
It's not a dove.
Looks nothing like a dove.
Doesn't sound like it.
It's a little pitchy. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try flaps. It's not bad. Not too much pitch up. Full flap has a lot of pitch up.
Oh, like you'd expect.
Flaps coming up. Let's see a vertical on this thing. Pretty good. Maybe even a little, maybe comparable or even better than the Hanger 9 that we got. It definitely wants to pitch down when you add that power.
Wow.
For sure. I mean, a lot of them do have wash to the downward position.
So doing your low speed pass, you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
And when you go to add power,
you
you
gotta pitch up a little.
pitch
when
up
you add
ahead.
power.
Yeah.
I believe that's what got me in trouble with the T28. Yeehaw!
Huh. Looks like she flies very nice.
I like it. Flies like a warbird, somewhat. Maybe a little bit more forgiving.
Yeah, you can totally see it when you add the power. Just like wants to drive the nose down. Ah, lost it.
All right, let's put those gear down. I'm gonna do a flaps approach landing, I think. It definitely likes a little flap on landing, actually. I'm surprised. Let's go around. I like to get a little bit closer. So the gear coming forward definitely offset the up pitch of the flaps. I like it. I know, probably everybody's like, well, that's how it's supposed to work, Matt.
Okay. I like that it works the way it's supposed to work.
All right.
Wow, that was nice.
Yeah, it does.
We'll say the bottom does tend to drop out of it with those flaps, just like they do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good maiden.
A great maiden.
Got her all trimmed out for Beluga Girl.
What kind of flight time was that?
So I had a 5-minute timer in.
Okay.
Maybe I'll have time to redeem that landing. I would think so. I don't think I was pushing it that hard. %. So I definitely, I'm gonna send it up again, redeem that really bad takeoff. And then we'll try to do better on that landing for sure. Let's do it.
Do it. Get her done.
Right rudder, right rudder, right rudder.
Yeah, yeah. Over correct for the motor torque, huh?
Nope. It still just like peels off. You know, it being so small and short coupled, it, you know, it takes a little bit more.
Yeah.
Let's see how this thing goes on a high speed. What do you think?
Let's do it.
I'll get somewhat low, but not too low. There's full throttle.
Man, it's zipping. Nice little speed there.
Alright, I'm going to keep the power in this time for
Okay.
landing. There's quarter throttle. I'm going to hold quarter throttle this time in and see what happens. Better. And I did not scrape a wing. That was better. So definitely needs to have power in when you're landing. So that was good. I think I'm content with that flight.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna probably get, I don't know, let's see what's left in the battery, but I think we'll get close to 7 minutes of flight time with this battery.
Well, and if she's flying, you'll probably get a little bit more than that, but I mean, you don't have to push it.
Judging how this airplane's flying, it's gonna be a while.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
32.
35%. Yep.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, let's see. What did I overfly the timer by? Yeah, so actually about 6 minutes. 6 minutes. So.
Yeah. That's
Anyway,
great.
no, pretty good, Maiden.
Great maiden. She's in one piece.
All right, guys. So that was the maiden flights there of our PJ50 by Freewing and our Eflite Corsair. The PJ50 is a fantastic airplane. Let me just start off by saying that. For a second there, after that first landing, I thought it was going to edge out the T28, but nah, I don't think it is, because the T28, I can still pull those aerobatics and stuff. But the jury's still out because I have not used the flaps. Speaking of the flaps, y'all saw our interesting duct tape fix there. Lock them out, just fly it. You don't need them, right? That was a lot of fun. Made it for an interesting day. In fact, on one of my landings, I accidentally hit the flap button. Luckily, they didn't deploy. I guess that Gorilla duct tape kind of held it up pretty good. As far as the Corsair went, it went well. I'm really thinking that maybe it might be still too much airplane for Beluga Girl as her second airplane. She could probably fly it around okay, but we have yet to test it on safe mode because I haven't really figured out how to put it on the switch. So right now all I can figure out how to do is just safe or full authority. So if you guys have any comments for the DX18, you'll want to leave it there, that would be great. I'm still trying to struggle with that one. I tried doing it by what the book said, and it just doesn't seem to be taking. But other than that, it's a pretty good airplane. Nice vertical for sure. It's definitely got the tail dragger tendencies. It definitely needs a lot of right rudder for sure. But we'll get that under control because I fly mostly jets, but we'll get that taken care of. Landing was pretty good. We used flaps approach today, and it's just typical warbird with flaps. The bottom just tends to just drop out on you, and but once again, I think it's gonna be manageable later on. It was a good airplane. It definitely felt good, very stable on approach, but just need to carry in a little bit of power is what I feel for sure. and I think it helped in the landing. I just was a little bit more aggressive on the elevator than I should have been, and that's why it ballooned and bounced. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for the maiden of these two airplanes. I really hope y'all enjoyed the episode. I really enjoy y'all spending time with us. And please don't forget to get your families involved in the hobby. Bring new people. That's how we're going to grow it. And please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye.